Good evening. Confession and deliverance. When in our memory from the past we receive the grace to see our sin, we must, in the present of the day, confess our sins before the Lord, so that in the future we can live in an open and fearless relationship with the Lord. Of the time between David's sin with Bathsheba and the exposure of his sin by Nathan, there is nothing recorded for us in the history books of the Bible. However, David makes something of it known to us in his Psalms. In Psalm 32, he opens the curtain of that time when he says, "Blessed is the one whose transgressions are forgiven, whose sins are covered. Blessed is the one whose sin the Lord does not count against them, and in whose spirit there is no deceit. When I kept silent, my bones washed away through my groaning all day long. For day and night your hand was heavy on me. My strength was sapped as in the heat of the summer." The consequences of sin are expressed by David in three terms, verse 3 and 4. My bones wasted away. Your hand was heavy on me day and night, and my strength was sapped in the heat of the summer. We must have no illusions about the consequences of our sin. It brings disharmony with God. It pollutes our relationship and therefore prevents us from being able to live in an open relationship with the Lord. Underlying these is shame and guilt. It may even cause us physical harm. David realizes the depth of his sin. He again uses three words to express this: transgressions, sin, rebellion. It's like one word is insufficient. Psalm 51, verse 7, he confesses that he was already guilty when he was born, burdened with sin when his mother conceived. That is why David brings his sin to the Lord. Three words are used again, verse 5. I confessed my sin. I did not heed my transgressions. I said, before the Lord I confess my rebellion. Complete opening and surrender to the Lord, who in any case knows everything. And then, just like that, seemingly easy, all at once in one sentence, verse 5, and you forgave the guilt of my sin. David does not describes that he had to do certain things to receive this forgiveness. He does not say that he had to make sacrifices or made amendments for his misdeeds. On his part, nothing is needed to earn forgiveness. It's by the grace of the Lord. The Lord forgives his debt. Three words again: not punished, forgiven, not imputed, completely taken away. We know today that this is because Christ paid in full for our sins. Yet this forgiveness does not make us careless people. Forgiveness is free, but it's not cheap. Jesus Christ paid for it with his life. He paid in full. That is why forgiveness calls us to action. And three words are used, verse 11. Rejoice in the Lord and be glad. Sing, all you who are upright in heart. Now the relationship has been restored. Now I can live fully again to the praise of the Lord. The introductory words of the psalm are indeed true. Blessed is the one whose transgressions are forgiven, whose sin are covered. Blessed is the one whose sin the Lord does not count against him, and in whose spirit is no deceit. Remember, look back and remember. Remember also the wrongs and the sin. Remember that. Not to keep one feeling guilty, not to get stuck or keep lying in your sin. Now remember the forgiveness and the deliverance of the Lord. Good night.